Hello, welcome to my studio. My name is Ryan. I'm an artist from Michigan. What better way for me to introduce myself than to paint a self-portrait? This self-portrait is part of a competition put on by the artist Slew. You can find his videos on YouTube. He's a great artist, great resource. Definitely check out his channel and check out the video introducing the competition for more details. The rules are pretty simple. It's a self-portrait where you're holding an object. Let's get into it. All right, getting ready to work on the Slew contest. Self-portrait, still life. Wasn't sure what I was going to do, had a couple ideas, but ultimately it was my son who inspired me. This little ball of the Earth. He has all the planets and was holding them over his eyes, giving me googly eyes with the planets. And so I decided that I would use that as my object. And instead of doing over both eyes, I was just going to do the one. And with that, give me the opportunity to create some cool perspective with it out front. Have a large hand, and of course make a goofy face and have terrible hair, because why would I look good in a self-portrait? Got a little bit of time to do it. See if I find time to actually get it done by the deadline. I've been wanting to do a self-portrait for a while. Most of the art that I like to do is much more cartoony, less on the side of realism. But I think that this self-portrait actually kind of blends the two a little bit. I did alter it a little bit. Obviously, I changed or adjusted the colors a little bit, but I made my eye a little bit larger, made my mouth droop down a little bit more. I think it's kind of reflective of the type of things that I like to draw, which are these kind of characters with, bulging bug eyes and, mouth wide open with their tongue hanging out. So I think it kind of fits my style in that sense. And doing it in a realistic style, I think it was really good practice for me and something that I want to try to incorporate more into my art moving forward. So this is definitely outside my comfort zone. It's been a long time since I've done a true self-portrait. Probably back in high school was really the last time. See the image here. Apparently I do self-portraits where I only do half of my face, so maybe I'll change that on the next one. But as I've kind of gotten back into painting, doing a self-portrait is something that I've definitely thought about doing. Kind of the way I approached the painting was to just start painting and not overthink it. When I first started putting paint to canvas, it helped that I brought a certain level of render to the eye and to the face where I started, because it definitely encouraged me to continue on. Like it felt like I was going to be able to do it, and so it was worth pursuing. I figured I would address the background as well. When I first started taking photos for reference, I just did it in front of the window that's at my studio desk here, workbench, and I was mostly trying to get the lighting right, trying to just kind of see, camera position, different things like that. And I intended to put a backdrop behind me, but I thought it actually created kind of an interesting element to the background instead of just having a plain background. It felt like a little bit like a portal. Maybe I had some Fantastic Four Galactus vibes, in the back of my mind when creating this, but it kind of feels like I'm stepping out into the void of space as like this giant being, this celestial, and grabbing onto the earth there. But yeah, I thought the color. I thought it also helped with the colors. Again, I kind of edited the colors a little bit on the computer, but it had this nice kind of dynamic between the blues and the oranges. Something I think really interesting that happened with the hair. There's a certain movement to it, as if there's air or some other form of energy emanating from the earth. I think it's fitting that I'm holding the earth and making this ridiculous face. The relative dumpster fire that the world is right now. I think the look on my face kind of says it all. I'm holding the earth, and I don't know if it's a look of surprise, a look of fear, a look of wonder. I think it's a little bit of everything. I think the world is all of those things. I finished it off with a varnish. The paint that I used has a matte finish, and so obviously looked kind of dull. Putting semi-gloss varnish on it just really makes everything pop, makes everything really even. All right, here it is, my first self-portrait in 20 plus years. There were definitely several points along the journey where I wanted to give up. Credit to my wife for encouraging me to keep going and push through. I saw a quote recently, I believe it was Gary Panter. I'm not showing you something that I think is great, I'm showing you what I'm doing when it comes to painting. And that's definitely what this is. I think that's definitely what a self-portrait is traditionally. It's practice. Learned a lot about what I think works, what doesn't. There's definitely some things I want to do differently the next painting that I do. I hope you enjoyed watching the painting process. All in all, I think it was successful. I'm happy with it. I'm definitely going to want to hang it on my wall. So you can find me on Instagram at artistdaniels. You can see a lot more of my art there. My website, artistdaniels.com. Hopefully I'll be adding some more content to that as well as time goes on. But yeah, until next time, thanks for watching. See y'all.